What? Oh, wrong screen. My bad. There's Josh. And here's everyone. Woo!
Yeah, we did it.
Hey,
Everything's broken already.
Welcome to the off season. I am here with the one and only absolute radiance himself, Joshua Octatonic Faggion.
I like that title. I like that. Little reference for those who don't get it. A little
I
Hollow
am
Knight.
here
It's
as
not
well
important.
with the Gen G giant, Ryan. You can clap now.
Ryan.
I mean,
Sorry, Ryan Harvey. I didn't know I was supposed to say the full name.
I
Ryan Harvey. I didn't want to
yeah,
dox
thanks a
him.
lot. Goodness. Yeah, I do. I do like one event with a esports company, and that's my entire reputation now.
Yeah,
Face
that's
of the
it.
that guy.
company.
And then
Majority shareholder.
Maps and Morons Goat Parker Radar Vint.
Howdy.
That's the boy.
Thanks for the plug.
You're welcome.
We might actually have an adventure published this summer.
You plugged me on
Who
Gen G,
knows?
so I have to plug you here.
Thanks, bro. Real recognize real.
So glad we're referencing a stream no one watched.
Hey, I watched it,
Oh,
and
man.
it coerced me into buying McDonald's that day. So,
Oh well, hey,
really
that's
The
exciting.
system
that's
works,
the
yeah.
move. System works.
well, today's a special episode of the off season. Everyone here already knows that, but everyone in the chat, it's a special episode of the off season because next Friday, begins the most exciting part of Summer Games Fest, hosted by Jeff Keighley and several other hosts for all the other shows. But Jeff Keighley kicks it off with Summer Games Fest on June 6th at 2 p.m. and we will be there, watching it. Not everyone here, but I'll always be there. You can always count on me. Oh, we're taking a selfie.
Just for
Time
social
now?
media.
I
I'm
was
going to
also
shut my
thinking selfie.
bathroom door. real quick.
Okay.
I'm very particular about my framing.
Anyways, there is
I see
a
the whole photo on my desk.
lot of stuff that we have going on, and there's even more added to this slate that I haven't added yet. But I will give you the schedule that I have panned out. There will be more than that, but that will become evident when we get to those days. But as of now, goodness,
Right now.
we are. Goodness, I'm looking at the schedule right now, and it's very, very,
Right
very
now.
large. We are kicking
taking
off Summer
selfies,
Games
Parker.
Fest. we are kicking off
Hi.
Summer Games Fest by reacting to the Accessibility Summer Showcase at 10 a.m. on June 6th. 10 a.m. CST, I must say. And then Summer Games Fest follows that at 4 p.m. CST. And then we have Double Fine's event, Day of the Devs, at 6 p.m. CST. Then after that, on June 7th, we have the Wholesome Direct at 11 a.m. CST, which is joining me for that so far is Ryan Harvey. Ryan Harvey will be there to watch that with me.
You don't
And then
say my whole name every time.
I will. No, it's
Please
obviously
don't
not
do
good
that,
enough.
Ryan
It's
Harvey.
not good enough to
Come
say.
on, Ryan Harvey.
It's not good enough to say Ryan apparently, so I had to say Ryan Harvey.
I was I was waiting on the gamer tag. That's what I was waiting on. But
I don't
whatever.
know your gamer tag.
That's crazy work.
I don't. Your name is not listed as your gamer tag on Discord. Okay.
Yeah.
Is your gamer
All the good
tag
ideas
is your
at
gamer tag
university.
is your gamer tag production gaming? Is that your gamer tag? I don't think it is.
That's true. That's valid.
So, and then after that, we will be watching the Future Game Show at 3 p.m. CST, and joining me will be Garrett Merman himself, the voice of OU Apex, as he likes to call himself. And then we have the Xbox Game Showcase on June 8th. Joining me will be Octatonic.
Whoop, whoop.
He's clearly excited.
He's so hyped.
Get in for Jean.
He will probably
baby.
be joining me for more, but as for right now, he has me. I have him for the Xbox Game Showcase and the PC Gaming Show following that day. But we might have a little bit more of him from what I hear. So keep your eyes peeled.
We're cooking.
We're cooking.
We're seeing what's available. You know.
But what are we doing today? Well, Parker, explain.
I'll explain it. I'm doing my social media thing. We don't have any OU stickers really on Instagram.
How dare we?
There's a
you
very
know,
sparse
market this
selection.
before.
I don't know who's in charge of that. We got to figure it out. So yeah, today's a lot of fun because we have done our rigorous, journalistic due diligence here, and we have found not only our personal favorite predictions, but also all of the objectively correct predictions for all of the upcoming game releases in the year of our Lord 2025. Now, what you're going to see here is akin to just Nostradamus weaving his hands over a crystal ball. I don't know who Nostradamus was or what he did, but I think it was magic. And I think you need to prepare yourself now, dear viewer, for some magical stuff happening here today, because we have all the hottest, spiciest, and let's not forget, factually correct predictions for gaming this year. I'm very excited. Very excited.
That
Be factually correct with predictions.
well, I
Yes.
mean, he has claimed it, so now we have to be.
Everything you hear
that's what we're
today
doing.
has been divined. We've augured it to be. It's all real. So start placing your bets now, folks.
So now he's just making up words now, right?
The birds told.
Okay, so we do have a point system. There will be a winner to this. Every correct prediction gets 1 point. However, if you decide that you want to be more specific, say you have a release date, and a specific release date, and that prediction is correct, you will get an extra point for each release date you guess correctly.
That's
Beautiful.
crazy.
So if you have any hyper
When will
specific
the points
predictions,
be awarded?
as the things happen, if the prediction comes, I will have a Excel sheet up for the entirety of Summer Games Fest, and I will be updating it throughout the shows.
Excellent.
So I'm just saying, it's gonna be awesome.
Man.
Now,
So we're just making these rules up as we go along, Josh. aren't we?
no, I made them all up.
I have.
So
I just
says-
got a
Emailed
text from
an
Mr.
hour
Games
ago.
Fest actually. I just got a text from him. Mr. Games Fest says
Mr.
Games
Keeley?
Fest?
Mr. Games Fest. He's right here. See, it's the Summer
Oh,
Games Fest.
Mr. Games Fest.
It's like getting a call from John Pork. You got to pick it up.
No, wait till I-
can't refuse John. Pork.
I don't think I have any more. I don't think I have any text from him. I used to have Tony Hawk's phone number, and he used to send me messages too.
Don't believe
Oh,
it.
beautiful.
Summer Games. That's great.
But Summer Games Fest just texted me and said Hideo Kojima is going to be at Summer Games Fest next Friday
Mr.
at the
Kojima
Huge Theater in
himself.
Los Angeles. So we're probably gonna get some stuff. I don't know. He has that game OD in development. That's what I know about him. So that's a free prediction for anybody if you guys want a free point. But before we get started, Ryan, what'd you do last week?
Yeah, tell us about it.
Oh man,
come
I
on, Ryan
slept
Harvey.
a lot.
Really?
No, I was a part of a leadership program put on by Genji Esports and McDonald's Gaming, and me and 4 other students in the area had 4 weeks to put on a esports event or some kind of gaming related event. We called it Golden Grounds, and that was on the 22nd of May, and it was a big Smash tournament, and then we also had booths set up that kind of represented esports and gaming through the decades. So that's what I did last week.
It's awesome.
Sounds awesome.
Parker was a part of it.
That's cool.
Parker was on camera for it.
I was for a good amount of time. As the
Yeah.
resident Smash Bros. Expert at OU Esports, because I do all the games, right?
Yeah.
I've
does them
been
all.
classically trained in every game, from Overwatch 2 to the other shooting game. So I know my stuff, and I was able to provide some good commentary.
Well,
Yeah, Parker's energy was so appreciated through the
Yeah.
entire event. I
Parker-
wouldn't want to do it without him.
Parker actually shouted out our podcast on the Genji Twitch channel, which was crazy. It also happened right as soon as I joined it. I started watching the stream. I was late into it, and then the first thing I heard was Parker go, Sooner Gamescast.
Yeah, all
Which-
according to plan.
which was pretty incredible. But it did make me
It was
buy
a lot of fun going between production, because I was the head of production for the entire event and broadcast. So making sure that Parker didn't ramble off anything that we weren't allowed to talk about was a lot of fun.
Yeah, gotta keep a tight leash on me.
He would say something, and I would look over to the McDonald's and Genji reps and be like, "Yep."
Yeah, we don't have to
Yeah,
have
it's too
this
late now.
guy. Good, okay.
Don't get him
love
blacklisted.
McDonald's.
No longer allowed at Wichita State University.
Oh no, I'm no longer allowed to go to Wichita State University. No.
He's actually banned from Kansas as a whole now.
Oh,
No, don't do this to me.
that would
No.
make getting up to South Dakota pretty annoying.
You got to go the long way.
Oh, no. That actually does sound that's painful. Where else am I going to go to see
Hey,
lots of
chat,
rolling
ban this
fields
guy.
full of hay bales?
Chat, ban this guy.
Ban him.
Ban this guy.
Ban
Chat,
that guy.
Chat, ban this guy.
Get
Get
him!
him.
Ban this
Get
guy.
him!
Oh,
Yeah,
that was a
elderly
close one.
pronghorn, T-pat, whatever that means.
I almost bought cheap viewers. That was close.
My credit card was in my hands.
Thank
I
goodness
don't
we were
know
there to
what happened.
intervene.
But we did come here for a reason today. Let's roll a random number generator to see which one of us gets to go first in our predictions game.
It's me. Spoilers.
It
I'm going
is.
to go first.
Drumroll,
First
please.
correct
Drumroll,
prediction
please.
today. Drum roll.
Ryan, Rhino the King, Harvey.
Oh.
That's crazy.
The spit take was insane.
A real actual spit take.
Yeah, it wasn't expected first. That scared me.
I'm happy. No, I'm happy with this result. I'm satisfied, and I'm glad you're going first.
So what order is it's gonna go? Me, Josh,
gonna go- no, it's
the
gonna
other
go-
one, and then Parker.
Yes.
The other one, that's me. For those in chat, I'm the other one.
That is true.
Yeah,
Bubba
yeah,
Bronze
okay.
is here. Bubba Bronze was also
He is.
at Gen G, Golden Grounds.
Yeah, the actual guys, Drake, Marul, and Bubba Bronson, the actual
Wait.
Smash
Yeah, they
casters.
came
They did it
through.
incredible all day long.
Good job
That-
playing and casting at the same time. It was pretty fun to watch.
Nah. That's
Okay.
exciting.
Let's go,
Okay.
Ryan. What do you got for us?
Lay it down.
My first prediction, just because it's the last one I added,
One second.
and I'm gonna.
Time out.
Hold
Almost-
your horses,
Almost
Ryan.
in
Goodness.
classic
Wow.
Toxidious fashion, I have not prepared at all, and I should have a Google Doc up of all of our predictions.
Yeah, do that. I got mine up.
Got
Do you want me
mine
to send them to you or just have them up?
Just talk about them, and I will talk as they happen.
All right, just talk and I'll talk, and we'll all talk.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so what is your prediction?
So, shout out to Reddit for this one.
Okay.
Let's go.
Considering this is the only publisher of any kind to make a game to make me cry,
Okay.
and then they died, and then they came back.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna get a
That's
new
impressive.
new Telltale game.
Oh, okay. No, anything
I'm
specific?
I'm betting Wolf Among Us 2.
Okay, that's respectable. I agree. I honestly forgot about that one, but I do agree that we are going to hear about it because we heard about it
Yeah.
at we got a little video at Game Awards last December, and I
We're gonna
imagine
get,
we'll
like,
get something
other-
this year.
I
Maybe
hope we get it.
gameplay or trailer, something with Wolf Among Us 2.
Okay.
I gotta
okay.
mark that one off because I had that one too.
So
I'm
you think we'll
stealing
you think we'll just get a new
That
trailer?
genre of games?
So you think we'll just get a new trailer?
I think either a trailer or just like a snippet of it. I don't
Okay.
think anything too
Okay.
much.
I don't buy it. I doubt. Press X to doubt.
Detroit.
Okay. Well,
Yes, Detroit. Parker.
I mean, no, L.A. Noir. It's L.A. Noir.
it is LA Noir.
Let's.
Press X
We're
to
not live,
Detroit.
are we? We can fix that in post.
Oh
We can
yeah, no,
cut-
we'll just edit it out. It's fine.
All right, good. Yeah, God forbid I look stupid on a live stream.
Yeah, that'd be dumb. That'd be silly.
Isn't that your entire stick?
Hey.
Oof,
Okay.
that's brutal.
What-
Yeah, I paid him
okay.
to do
Hold
it,
on.
so-
Expound.
Expound.
Elucidate.
Dad.
Enlighten.
As
Which
I
one?
watched that last
Oh,
episode
is-
back. I said mom and dad a lot. It
Yes,
sounds
you did.
really sad on a live stream.
Yelling
But-
up the stairs from the basement. Mom.
My dad does not like Joshua Faggion, it seems. He says meh to the concept entirely.
I don't know who that is.
Wait, what does that have to do with me? Why is the map related to me?
Well, I assume it is,
What?
considering it's following my
I was
mother.
just thanking your mother. I
Yeah.
think he was responding to the prediction.
Could be.
Expound. That's why I'm saying to expound. Expound.
We're just gonna sit here and wait.
Yeah,
Just staring
everyone-
at the chat. Like,
Everyone stare.
come on.
That's not
We
expounding.
get a Lamau.
That's not expounding.
What?
I just want to make it
getting
clear.
there.
There's an absence of expounding happening.
We got a lull.
What are we supposed to be expounding?
We're expounding
your
his meh.
parents are sitting there.
He
Okay.
he
thinks
might not
there's a
like he
shotgun
might
fired
not
at
like
me.
Wolf Among Us 2. And therefore you can fight him bare knuckle. Oh.
No to Telltale. Okay.
What
He
game made
doesn't-
you cry, Ryan?
The Walking Dead, the India season 1.
That's
Yes.
actually really
Yeah,
fair.
I played it. I had a PS Vita, and that's what
Oh.
I played the first Walking Dead games on.
Oh, nice.
And I was like a baby, and just so
There's some.
So
fire
wait,
stuff.
Oh.
we have to get to the
Whoa.
bottom of the source.
okay.
Ooh.
So chat, can we ban this guy?
See, Watson, I'm not even engaging with this right now. Ryan, did you save Lee by way of
No, I put him
preventing
down.
him
I put him
turning, or
down.
did you put him down?
Put him
Yeah.
down like a dog.
That's the only. Well, hey, that's the only correct answer, no matter how you say it.
No, you can't let him turn. That
It's character
ruined me.
development. Yeah.
Wow.
Goodness.
Wow. He's trying to fight.
Okay,
He's trying to
that's
bare knuckle
crazy.
fist fight with you right
Can
now.
you go like tap your ceiling?
Yeah, hey, keep it down up there. Keep your opinions
such-
to yourself.
I don't know. Those games, point and
Yeah.
click adventures and super like cutback games were such a rarity at that time. To have Telltale come through and be like, "Hey, here's this like just a complete narrative of a game that
I mean, one of my
has
favorite
this,
games
like,
of all
illusion
time
of choices."
that was in
Go ahead.
that kind of like stretch of things is Detroit Become Human, which I mean,
Detroit.
that
Detroit.
Right.
which I think is what you were trying to say earlier, Parker. Is that am I correct to assume that?
I was trying to say L.A. Noire, whatever that one game is, but the Detroit Become Human. I've still not played it. I've heard so many good things about it. It does capture the essence of just pure storytelling, as does Telltale.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
fair comparison.
And so, I know we're getting Wolf Among Us 2. I hope they announce something else that isn't just the Wolf Among Us 2, but I'll be
It'd be
happy
cool to
with
have
anything
another
from
one.
them.
Yeah,
That's
like
right.
another expansion to the Walking Dead verse could be.
That would
neat.
be a lot of
They've
fun.
beaten
Oh.
that property. to
Wow.
death.
That's actually kind
That's
of a
crazy.
bar.
Goodness. I think for our own safety, we got to move on to that. Next prediction. This
Yeah.
is unsafe ground.
This is becoming a volatile work environment.
Okay, well, similar to the gameplay style of Telltale, my prediction is that Ad Hoc Studios Dispatch is going to be releasing in September of this year. Ad Hoc Studios Dispatch is, of course, the Telltale devs that left Telltale have started up their own studio and are working with a bunch of actors. Actually, let me get a list of all the actors that are in this game. I remember,
This one. Yeah.
I remember it being
Whoa,
very.
what? I didn't know this was a thing.
You eat that Twinkie?
Now I'm curious.
Yeah, this is the one I remember. The only thing I remember about it is it's the one with Charlie, and he plays like a Batman, but not that kind.
Yeah, it's got Aaron
It's
Paul in
goes
it.
like-
a man bat.
You gonna eat that Twinkie?
Oh wow, that is a stacked cast.
Yeah, it's got Aaron
What is
Paul
this
in it.
cast?
It's got Laura Bailey, who played. Laura Bailey played. Who did Laura Bailey play? Now I feel stupid. I know the name. I cannot think of what.
Last of Us 2, Marvel Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Legend
she
of
played
Vox
Abby,
Machina.
didn't she? She played Abby in The Last of Us 2.
I think so. Moist Critical, Septica, Matthew Mercer. That's wild.
This is
Oh,
an
nice.
actually loaded cast.
I was not expecting so many Telltale games in the predictions. I just haven't heard about them in so long.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited for Dispatch. It sounds like a very interesting game, and I love
Really?
Aaron Paul. So
Is this
Fall's
like a
always good.
911 operator sim, but for superheroes?
yes, exactly. It's so from what the trailer showed, you are a superhero, but like you use like a mech suit, but you were like hurt, like you were physically like hurt. You can't work anymore. So they hire the company you work for hired you to be a dispatcher until they can heal you back to good health to be a superhero again.
That sounds
Okay,
fire.
I'm here for this.
That actually sounds really cool.
The animation looks really good.
A workplace comedy, a superhero workplace comedy.
But
That's what
yes.
I think we're losing in a lot of games nowadays. It's like everybody wants to go high concept, very sophisticated, very marketable,
Yeah.
right? But this is just a fun idea, and it's very open ended.
Yeah.
That's the kind of bar we got to try to set.
It's a fun idea, and also takes advantage of sort of how culture is around superheroes right now, with like The Boys and Invincible being
Boys.
super popular. It adds a new layer onto this like superhero fatigue, but like playing it differently,
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100% I agree.
No, that makes a lot
So
of sense.
that is my prediction. I'm going to go ahead and write that one down.
Good prediction. I think what I have to bring to the table. I think we're all thinking it. I think it's something that was probably on the front of our minds. It's probably why they decided to do Summer's Game Fest at all this year.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory that we're gonna
A
make
game
it all the
theory. Sorry.
game theory. We're gonna make it all the way to the Xbox showcase, and everyone's gonna be like, "What the hell? Why do we not have any Silksong news yet?" And it's gonna be nothing, nothing. We're gonna make it through the indie day. There's not gonna be a drop of news for Hollow Knight Silksong, and then at the very end of the Xbox showcase, a trailer starts. Brand new gameplay for Silksong. Everyone loses their mind, and at the end, they're like, "Check your Steam. The game has been dropped." The crowd goes wild, and I spend the rest of the week playing Hollow Knight Silksong. Thank you.
There it is.
Good night.
Cinematic. I was right there with you. the whole
Okay.
time.
That's what I think it's going to happen, and I think it's real, and that's something that Team Cherry would do. Or I think they're ready. I think they're ready. I mean, we have the release date confirmed for 2025, which means it could be pretty much any day now. So why not at the Xbox showcase? It's a Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
We talked about this
Thank
on the
you.
show before we went virtual. And I said this. I said this. You actually stole this from me. I said
What?
this on the show 2 months ago, or 2 months ago. It's crazy. A month ago. That there could be a possibility that it could be announced as a shadow drop.
You bring something up that is core to my being, and you try to claim it as your own. This is my soul. I sleep and I think about Silksong. I literally sat in the living room and played the audio samples from Christopher Larkin that were released 5 years ago of 2 songs from the soundtrack of Silksong that were dropped. I sat and listened to them. I sat in a recliner and listened to them over the speakers. And my mom said, "Oh, this is pretty music." And I said, "Yes, Mom, it is pretty music." So don't try to
Chili
take this
Mom.
from me.
It's the best music.
Shut up, Mom.
Highly recommend go to bandcamp.com, listen to the Lace song from the Silksong audio sample and Bone Bottom.
Did you just
Fantastic.
tell our viewers to go to Bandcamp?
Well, because they're not on Spotify, because they're just 2 tracks.
I
that
honestly
they-
haven't heard Bandcamp in like 4 years.
Or on
We're all
YouTube, they've
gamers.
got, like,
We're not above Bandcamp.
I was like,
Yeah.
you
Respect
get
your
off
elders.
your high horse. They have like 7 million views on YouTube, these songs as well, if you want to go there.
Wow.
Just-
Okay,
Anyway,
so
that's my very plausible prediction.
your prediction is that Hollow Knight Silksong will get a day 1 drop.
Xbox Showcase.
I'm not a big Hollow Knight fan. I never got around to playing it, but the
I'm so
music
sorry.
has been. Thank you. It's honestly so disappointing.
The music is fantastic, though.
Oh, hey,
That's
Fox is in the chat. How you doing, Coach Fox?
Coach Fox himself has decided to grace us with his presence and also provide everyone with pretty sound advice.
Go back and watch the episode. Go back and watch the last episode we did at the
Your
Gamescast.
mother
No,
is agreeing with me. You don't win this. You lost.
Go back, go watch it, and you can see me say that. I
They've
say that
watched
very
every
clearly.
stream.
No, I
People
bet
like
it's
I'm
AI.
listening to
Can't trust anything on the
kindergartners here.
They've watched every stream. What do you? They are the source of truth.
And
in
my
this
mom's
little
got
universe.
brain damage. She can't remember those things.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
Wow.
This is getting out of hand. I know you're their son, but
Famicide, right here.
Poor mom.
you lost this battle morally
Yeah.
already.
You've lost the high ground. It's over, Anakin.
Yeah, it's over, Anakin. I stand with your parents. Oh,
Josh
goodness,
is gonna
I'm
show
so
up to
sorry
the
about
next
him.
episode just in a Darth Vader helmet, scarred and burned, and just really upset.
Okay, Parker.
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
Right. So I've got a wide net to cast here, and I got to thinking about our predictions, and there's a couple that I want to make to start out at least that are not specifically video game related, especially when we're talking about things like the Summer Games Fest, the Xbox Showcase. They've gotten on this interesting trend where they'll plug anything. Like we've had movie trailers, other commercials,
We had Sonic,
like Dwayne
Sonic
The
3
Rock
last
Johnson's energy drink,
year. Yeah.
and things like that. Things that no gamer really actively cares about. And so, given that trend that persists lately, I think we have to face up to the unfortunate reality that Jeff Keighley might make a skibbity toilet joke on stage when
that's
they
a good
show a
prediction.
trailer or a concept for the movie. And I
That's a
hate to
good
be the one to tell you
prediction.
that. As we just read about all these. So I just thought you should all mentally prepare yourselves.
If that
I'm gonna
happens
retire.
on stream, I will exit the stream. So plan accordingly, Josh.
Alt F4.
Yeah,
Uninstall
I'm
System
just
32.
out of whatever stream that
Okay.
happens on.
Jeff
Good, get out.
Keighley skibbity toilet joke.
That is a pretty insightful prediction, though. I won't lie.
That
really
is
good, especially,
crazy.
Like, you know, I'm older than the rest of y'all, so I understand that. Like, when I grew up playing video games, that we had
Back in my
stupid
day.
stuff too. Like,
Yeah.
the internet was so stupid in like 2008, 2009 when YouTube and stuff was first getting started. So like, the Annoying Orange got a TV show
Yeah.
type thing.
With
So it's like,
Tabascus,
That is
bro.
crazy.
yeah, with Tabascus. too.
But did he get a Michael Bay movie? That seems a step too far.
We
Yeah,
all
keep
have
getting
contracts we
away
have to
with it.
fill.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got him. for
My
that.
only-
it still upsets me.
My only problem with skibbity toilet, with what you're
Your
saying,
only problem?
is okay. Well, let's not. Despite all the obvious problems I have with it, my only
Okay,
problem,
okay.
my only problem with the prediction is that, I mean, it just entered pre-development. Like it just entered full production. Like I don't know what the odds are. Now, here's what could happen, and here's what's
Okay.
terrifying to me.
Jump on it.
We have Steam. This is not one of my official predictions, but this is we have Steam on the slate as which famously Skibbity Toilet is made with Valve Source.
Right.
It's not against possibility that Gabe Newell or something along those lines comes out and makes a Skibbity Toilet reference. Or
I don't know. Cause didn't the creator try to like copyright all the assets, even though they were all just from those games? I
Did
don't think
they?
they have a ton of goodwill with him.
Did they? I didn't know that.
I think they
This
are
is-
all Valve's like assets.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. It's like default NPC models from like the original games, like Half-Life 2, I think.
I mean, but if Michael Bay's making a movie, surely they've brokered some agreement.
We'll have to see.
This
I
isn't
guess.
one of my predictions,
yeah.
but isn't Michael Bay also doing the last like Ninja Turtles last Ronin movie that they're talking about?
Okay.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Okay. Hold on.
And didn't he also do the last Turtles movie just so he could make another film that he wanted to make or something?
Yeah, he
Like,
did the
he did
two.
it like
The two
yeah,
live
he did the
action
two to like make his own type film. I can't remember which one it was though.
Gary's mod creator, Gary Newman, was served with a DMCA takedown notice claiming that mods using Skibidi Toilet characters should be removed.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
And
So
this
he
it was
was
later.
basically saying you're not allowed. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was later resolved.
resolved.
Hang on, let me pull up the article here so I can look at it.
Yeah.
Invisible Narratives, the entertainment company making a Skibidi Toilet movie and TV series with Michael Bay. What is this? What is the TV series?
now I'm on board. Now I'm excited.
Wait, hold on. What
I
is
can't
the
do it.
That can't be real. Oh my god, that's real.
And a
It's a
TV
TV
series.
series too?
Oh
For my
gosh.
own sanity, I think we need to go to our next prediction.
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
can't talk
The
about it.
Pandora's box I've opened.
Yeah, that hurts a little bit.
We could sit here all day. That's fine.
Okay. Ryan,
Yeah.
what do you
Okay.
got?
I think we're going to finally get the announcement of the new or the next Resident Evil game.
Okay. So Resident Evil 9.
Yeah. I think it's been we had the remake in 23 of Resident Evil 4, and then Resident Evil 8 was a big
Wow, was that
success in the
2023?
DLC. I think Resident Evil 4 came out in 2023. At least that's what this article said. Anyway, but
That's
I think we're
crazy.
gonna get. I think it's about time we finally get the next main story game.
Okay. I would be very happy to see that.
Me too. Resident Evil 8.
Ryan-
Go ahead.
Ryan Harvey, I don't want to burst the bubble, but I did have a prediction. I mean, I won't do it now, but I just want to let you know about Resident Evil 9. I know for some people it's a little bit like their Silk Song that they've been waiting for, I mean, how many years for. My prediction was specifically, I don't think there's a single mention of it. I think it slides on through. I hate to do that to you, but I just don't think anything happens. I think it slides on. I'm sorry.
There's so many things I was thinking that same thing for.
It's like,
But apparently, what made me change my mind, because I wrote this down when they first started talking about this, but 7 hours ago, there were leaks about Resident Evil 9. I haven't got to read them yet,
Oh,
but
just
apparently we got some new stuff. More leaks. Leaks lead to something, and then
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, there's definitely gonna be a Resident Evil 9 because 8 and 7 were great. I didn't play
Yeah.
a Resident Evil game until 7, and Biohazard, like, okay, I love this game.
I mean,
This
I
was so
imagine
much
Resident
fun.
Evil 9 will finish the trilogy of Ethan.
I hope to think so. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
So
you want to throw a release date, release window on that, or you just want to drop it just trailer?
it'll be
that's it?
sometime next year.
Okay, so
It'll be an announcement, and then
Give us a
sometime
day.
next year, I think it'll come out.
Give us a specific day.
4th of July, 2026.
Oh.
Whoa, crazy!
all right.
This guy's insane.
Independence.
you have now made it to where. Well, if you get it, if it's in July, I'll give you that. You had 2026. You have succumbed to peer pressure, and now you only get a point if it's in July of 2026, not just 2026 as a whole.
Nice.
Hey, actually, how about this? It's gonna come out in 2030 in December, and this competition can't be decided until
Yeah.
we have to
That's
come back
true.
in 5 years to finish this.
Nice.
Well, I guess all we can do is you get a point if the release date is lined up with what you said. So it's like, even if the game doesn't really release when you predicted, it's like, are you predicting that they set the release date for then?
I think we're gonna get kind of like what Bethesda did a long time ago, where there's like, hey, by the way, we're working on this. And I think that's gonna be pretty
Okay.
much what we get.
That's
But
fair.
I think next year it will come out,
Okay,
probably later in the year.
I would be
Solid
very
prediction.
very excited to see that.
Mhm.
Okay, let's look at my least my least here.
The list.
Get your least.
Big talks. What you got? He's out of predictions.
It's
He
Stream.
stole every single one of his.
Okay. 3 months ago,
His
on a
backstory.
podcast,
About, like, February.
Xbox Game Studios had said that Fable, unfortunately, is being delayed to 2026. I think we will get a gameplay trailer of some sort here at the event. Maybe like kind of like a minimal gameplay, and then I think whenever the Game Awards come around in December, we'll get more of a look at it. But I think that there will be a release window set for June of 2026 on Fable.
Huh.
That's another game that I have
Pretty
not
specific.
really dove into, but from my understanding, it's a fantasy RPG.
Yes.
Parker, what
Yes.
games do you play?
Most recently,
you look at his thing and it's like Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Remaster, Call of Duty.
Hey, do not insult me. I've been playing like a little bit of Warzone here and there, just when I have truly nothing better to do. It's good for a few minutes of trashy fun, but like actually talking about games, like I haven't been on games like all that much. Like I haven't really been able to sink my teeth into a game.
Hey, who invited this guy?
Yeah. Since like Baldur's Gate 3 was at like its biggest peak in around patch like 6. Like that was my absolute that all my time vanished into that. A little bit of Helldivers here and there, a little bit of like Nubby's Number Factory, but nothing super
Hey.
hardcore.
Nubby's
It's time to get you in Fable.
I got him addicted to
Yeah.
Nubbies, by the way. Nubbies Number Factory.
Yeah.
I introduced him to it. It's my fault.
You're
It was
claiming
like-
that like a mark of pride.
Yeah.
That was me, everyone. I did Nubbies.
So did
I
Josh
got-
get credit for everything on this podcast?
Yes. Yes, he does. I came up with Silk Song. That's my video game. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I made the game. It's
I
all
let
me.
it-
developing it.
You let a freshman have his own show, and this is what you did.
Yeah, really, we should have seen this coming.
All went straight to his head. Goodness. Okay. But the
Actually, why don't you
Fable
all
I
just
was
get off?
trying
Why
to
don't you all just go? Huh?
think- Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait, Fable. We gotta expand upon Fable.
Fable.
Okay. Yeah.
Why Fable, Josh?
Wow.
Well, I mean, we've
Fable.
gotten pretty much cinematic cutscenes for the past like 3 years. It feels like every year we get a small cutscene that talks more about the game. They've been doing this interview style cutscene for the past couple shows, where they enter like it's like a mock interview, a mockumentary of the lands between or whatever they call it in Fable.
Yes, the lands between.
And famously I do say that Mother's Day would not be possible without me.
Oh,
Honestly,
clocked.
yeah. It's actually the things betwixt. Go ahead.
Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's time that we get something new. I think if Fable comes again this year, and if Fable comes this year and just does another cutscene trailer, I think it won't land. I imagine Fable fans are tired of it. They want to see the game, and that's why I chose what I chose.
Fair enough.
Alan, when's the
Fair.
last main Fable game?
Fable 3 was in like
Because I played it on the Xbox
Long time
360.
ago.
2010. Yeah, it was 25. It was
Yeah.
15 years ago, not 25. Relax.
Wow. Yeah.
15 years ago.
I love how we
Okay.
all mentioned Fable before we went live, and we just
Yeah.
let Josh have it because we knew he wanted it.
Yeah, so,
He
hey,
was just itching
it.
to say it.
My prediction, next one, it branches a little off of the giant AAA games we've been talking about, like Silk Song and all the others.
Okay.
I think that at since we got a little teaser of this game at the Nintendo Direct 2, I think that we will get the Enter the Gungeon 2,
Okay.
the sequel. I think we're gonna get a 2026 confirmed release date. I'm
Really?
thinking probably my birthday, May 1st. I think it's gonna be revealed on Day of the Devs with like a nice full trailer or something. There's already been some trailers, but maybe they'll just run back one. Or on maybe not even Day of the Devs. But the thing that
I
I am
disagree.
specific about is that I think it's gonna have a funky name, and I think it's either gonna be Revisit the Gungeon or Re-Enter the Gungeon, and that's
They
the
do
main
like
part of
their
it.
silly names.
That's the main part of the prediction, because there's so many different ways they could run the. Because the game's been in full development for a while, but
I don't think it's gonna be a Day of the Devs. I don't.
Really?
My reasoning for that is because Devolver literally tweeted 7 hours ago that there was going to, or 16 hours ago, something like that. There was an amount of hours ago that Devolver literally just tweeted that they would give Devolver Direct announcement details later this week. So unless those announcement details are that there's not going to be a Devolver Direct this year, I would assume that it would be at
Yep.
theirs.
I think this is all
Prediction
speculation.
wasted.
I think this is all speculation. I think the Day of the Devs, sure, that one, that's just a stab in the dark. But I think everything else would hold.
Okay.
I think we
So
get
you think
2026.
2026?
I think even if it's at the Devolver showcase, because they haven't officially confirmed that they're doing their own showcase yet, right? Other
Yeah,
it's
they haven't
likely.
explicitly confirmed that, but I mean, I would be very surprised if they did
I mean,
not.
and I'm sure we'll definitely cover that if that happens. Sure,
No,
we'll
we will
definitely
not be
stream the
watching.
Devolver.
If there is a Devolver Digital showcase, we will not be watching it
I'm
on
sure
OU
we will.
Esports. It will not be
We'll,
being
Oh,
uh,
that's
shown.
no fun.
We'll talk with the council. We'll see what the council has to think.
I've spoken with the headmaster council, and he said no. So
Yeah. I think revisit the Gungeon, re-enter the Gungeon. It's
I do
coming
like that
out
idea because they
May.
did exit the Gungeon and enter and
Yeah.
exit the Gungeon are games
They
that they
love
made.
to be quirky. I don't think they're gonna call it. I mean, they could call it Enter the Gungeon 2, but it's Devolver.
In
They'll do something.
into the Gungeon.
That's horrible take. Get this guy out.
Into the Gungeon.
Get this guy out of here. But yeah, there we go. That's my little prediction. Fantastic game. If you haven't played Enter the Gungeon, you need to.
It's too hard.
Fantastic game.
I can't beat it. It's too hard.
Okay, you just openly admitted that. It's like, oh, not a good enough gamer.
I'm like the Cuphead journalist. Couldn't get past the tutorial. Couldn't figure it out.
No way.
That's oof.
Yeah,
Me
they
over
need to make
here
an
being-
easy mode called Toxidious mode.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Hollow Knight, Dark Souls, Cuphead gamer. That's my bread and
This guy's like,
butter, brother.
oh, I'm so good at hard video games.
That's my
Like
prediction.
Nubby's
Is
Number
Toxidious
Factory.
can't finish any of the games that are released this year.
We don't have time. We don't have
That's the
time.
best prediction yet.
I think that one's
Okay,
pretty solid.
Parker,
Who's
your
next?
second prediction.
Okay, this is my last prediction.
What?
It's kind of a joke prediction.
Oh.
It's pretty
Last
wide.
prediction period. He's done.
No. This is the next prediction will be my first actual serious prediction, okay?
Okay.
So this one's about a video game even.
Okay.
So we're trending upwards on these, all right? So every now and then we get one of those just dumpster fire horror games made by a single guy in a week, and they blow up on social media.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be, like, until the end of time, like a couple of Roblox worlds about it, you know, and it's going to be in, like, it's going to get analog horror memes. It's going to get all of them. I think we're going to get another just absolutely flaccid horror game like Garten of Banban or Granny. I think we're going to get another one of those. And it's not going to see the light of day on any of these conventions. But it's going to have a cult following, and it's going to show up on your TikTok For You page.
I don't like
Aren't people
flaccid. I
still
don't like the
playing the
use of
Peachy
flaccid.
trailer too?
Can you specifically
Exactly.
write that into the prediction wording that he said a
New.
flaccid
I'm gonna put it in
release?
italics too.
That's
Change
the
the
most
font.
important part.
Yeah, it's a game that's only scary if you have the object permanence of a newborn, but it's gonna have like
I'm
you know
so back.
relevance. It's gonna have social media clout for literally no reason, and it's gonna be a meme for a while.
Or
I
it's like
live
you
for
walk through a
small.
door and it's just a jump scare. It's just like over your
Rah.
screen and then he's gone.
Exactly. And then it says
Yeah.
you died in Comic Sans. Like exactly like that.
Died in Comic Sans. That's hilarious.
Gosh. I mean,
That's special.
we had
Because we're gonna get the new Five Nights at Freddy's, like that's coming out. We're gonna get like some actual good like horror games, and there's gonna be those. So we I don't know what it is yet.
Okay.
Goodness. I like that one.
That's a solid pick. I like that.
Gotta follow the market.
Circle, round 3.
Run it back.
Where to start? 'Cause
Start.
I got a few. I mean, with the third round, because there's a few that I'm very sure about, and then there's a couple that I'm like, God, I'd love to see it. Because I saw on the partners that Niantic is gonna be there,
Niantic is going to be there. I did see that.
so we're definitely gonna get. You know what? This will be my third. We're gonna get a Pokemon Go expansion.
You think?
Yeah, they'll announce something
How do you
small.
add an expansion to Pokemon Go?
It'll be a new
More hats.
region, a bunch of new Pokemon. They're just
A
gonna
new
add-
region? What?
Like a new,
To the Earth.
new Pokemon from the newer
The
Pokemon
moon.
games. They'll just add the moon.
Okay. Okay.
That'll
that,
be their
that
whole
makes
thing.
sense.
That makes sense.
Guys, they're
We're
adding a gym
terraforming
at
the
my
planet
local
for new
McDonald's.
Pokemon Go content.
Yeah, we're getting new Pokemon Go content.
I like
A
that one too.
McDonald's partnership. Every
then-
McDonald's becomes a gym.
New region.
Hey,
That's
there you
funny.
go.
And they'll
That's-
apologize for stealing all of our data and selling it.
Never that.
That one's a little
That's
bit
not
of a
talking
stretch. maybe.
Yeah, never that.
Isn't there a statistic of like every time new Pokemon Go stuff happens, there's just a slight rise in the car-related deaths with people walking in front of them? Isn't this a statistic?
Wouldn't
I
shock
have no
me.
idea.
So what you're saying is you hope that more people die. That's what I'm hearing.
That's a weird.
If it gets me those new Pokemon,
Darwinism's a thing.
Write that down. More car-related.
Yeah, yeah.
More car-related
Forget
deaths
them.
to
Forget the new Pokemon Go
Motor
expansion.
vehicle
The
homicide.
prediction is that there are going to be more car-related deaths.
Special. Very special.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a Pokemon Go prediction.
Me
from the
neither
Summer
at all.
Slam Fest.
I wasn't either. I didn't write it down. I just was looking at the thing and go, Niantic
Thank
has like
you.
one game.
yeah.
Pokemon
They
Go
tried to-
2.
They have Pokemon Go. Didn't they do like a Harry Potter game
Did they?
too?
They did a Walking Dead one. They did a
Yeah.
Jurassic Park one. Like they
How do they
tried
keep
to
getting all
milk
these
that.
IPs?
Yeah,
Pokemon Go was like a
Actually-
big success.
psychotic.
Is
Okay,
Is-
this isn't going to make sense. This is a cult following game. Okay?
All right.
Absolutely.
And we've seen stuff on it. Last Summer Games Fest, it was shown. I am hoping and praying for a Killer Bean release date.
What?
Ooh,
Bean. What?
Killer Bean.
They
Parker, I think there's a 50% chance you don't know what this is, and you're just saying these. You're making these noises.
No,
Oh
I
my
know Killer
God.
Bean. I know Killer Bean, bro.
I don't know
I
if
watched
I
the
believe
movie.
you.
It's
What is
it's
this?
hilarious.
Explain it.
It's a
Do it.
bean, bro.
it is
Oh,
a bean.
Yeah, well, I could have said that. It's a killer bean.
Not just any
Cool.
bean. He's a killer bean, and
Ah.
he fights racism.
He does
That-
fight
which is-
racism.
which is pretty cool. Which is
That
pretty
is
cool.
That is pretty cool.
There
Pretty
is a
based Killer Bean.
GTA style open world Killer Bean game coming from the creator of Killer Bean himself, and it was shown at the last Game Awards, and I unironically want it to come out because I will play it. It's a bullet time open world GTA Killer Bean game. That's what it is. It looks
Yeah,
so
I
fun.
can't. I can't turn my nose up at that. That sounds awesome.
It sounds awesome.
I
Boat
will turn my nose up
simulator,
at that.
like with a bean.
You guys want to go look it up really quick. All you have to do is look up Killer Bean trailer,
I
and
don't
you'll see
really
it from Summer
want
Games
to.
Fest.
That's gonna be in
I'm
my
watching
search
gameplay of it
history.
right now. This is like
This is like what? This is like what? Huh? Talk about it.
okay.
Killer bean.
So-
Compare this to anything you've seen.
gameplay.
So at work, we have, a lot of downtime,
What's up, guys? I'm back with a
and
quick
so
update.
we'll
What?
go on like
What's up, guys?
What's
we'll
up,
go on,
guys?
we'll go on like cool math games or like crazygames.com or something, and
Dude.
just play really bad ripoffs. And
You cannot say that
Unity.
this looks like a cool math game.
This
It's a friv.com
does.
original.
it looks like something you're gonna find on like crazygames.com
You're losing your
or
mind.
something.
You're losing your
I
mind.
I swear
No,
to
you're
God.
losing your mind.
I don't know if that's a testament to how bad this looks or how good some of those Unity ports look.
Oh my goodness.
But
If you just don't have the connection to Killer Bean like I do, you just don't
No,
have the
I
connection.
mean, you're right.
I-
Don't
You-
say
Oh,
that
they
like
already
it's a bad
made
thing.
a mobile
all you
game.
Zoomers.
It's on the Apple Google Play Store right now. It's called Killer Bean Unleashed.
I'm not saying cool math games is bad. I'm just saying that the quality far exceeds a cool math game.
Cool math games one thing, but like crazy games, like there's some like actual oddly fun like random Unity games on there.
I used to play Run 3. I used to play Duck Game. I was
Wow, you're trying to reduce the whole community down to that? You think
Wow.
you can just?
I bet you
cry
never
by
even
the
played
back?
Stickman Torture Chamber.
I
3
used to
on
play
the school
Stickman
computers.
Torture Changer 3. I used to play a Stick RPG. I used to play that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We
So
definitely all
don't
believe you.
don't you turn your nose up at me. I'm just saying
Yeah.
you cannot compare those to Killer Bean.
I thought he
I
just
think I
did,
just did.
but, I thought I wasn't mistaken.
It's physically impossible, and there'll be no record of this because I'm editing it out. I'm editing all of this out.
I'm gonna play
It's
Killer
not
Bean
the last
Unleashed on
one.
my phone while the rest of this podcast happens.
I would.
It's honestly it's just a virus.
I don't know if that's real, so you downloading that might have been a mistake.
No, I absolutely did. It is real. I looked it up and fact checked it. It's made by Killer Bean Studios,
Oh,
and I'm gonna play it.
Oh yeah, this
that
is official.
exciting.
When was this?
Have someone mentioned me on their Instagram story, Parker? Is that you?
I did.
Can confirm.
Tell you what, nobody mentioned me on an Instagram story. It's funny how that works. Huh?
I tagged you.
No,
I tagged you,
okay.
goofball.
I don't got anything. Nothing showed up
I
on
can't
my.
remember. I'm
Alright.
writing Killer Bean.
Try
Prevent-
again.
And the Killer Bean storyline from taking over this whole podcast. I am going to give my next prediction.
Well, no, let's talk
Which-
about it. Let's talk about Killer Bean
No,
more.
we've talked about Killer Bean. I
We
looked up
move on.
gameplay of Killer Bean.
We're moving.
Josh has to
on.
leave
Heard
in
it through
4
my
minutes.
mic. Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what's happening. All right. I think
Hey, Josh,
think
can
there's a-
interrupt?
yeah,
What was
no,
your last
your
prediction?
podcast, your turn. Go ahead.
What was your last prediction? I didn't write it down.
Into the Gungeon 2 2026.
Thank you.
Nice.
With a funny name.
Do
Not
you want
gonna lie,
that?
I didn't think I would need to write these down, so I have not written any of them.
You don't have to write them down because I have them all.
The other one has it. The other one.
He's got
has
the
it.
master
The
list.
other one? Okay, go ahead.
The other
sorry.
one. All right. I think, there's a lot of cool showcases genuinely happening at this this
Oh,
event. We've
God.
got the, Latin American Game Showcase, Green Games, Southeast Asian Games Showcase, and we have the women-led Games Showcase, which is really cool, genuinely. It's just fun seeing all sorts of different things happening. However, Parker, I swear to
That's crazy.
Moog.
I'm
Look at this,
playing
it's real.
playing Killer Bean during the women-led game showcase conversation.
Yeah,
It's really
I'm
messed
literally
up.
trying to, bring attention. to things
I'm
that are
listening.
happening.
I'm listening. I swear I'm
Listening,
listening.
Listening. All right. I think that at the women-led games showcase, someone slips up and says something misogynistic. I guarantee it.
Knowing gamers.
Yeah, I invite everyone in our lovely audience or the other people on the podcast to, if you want to take a stab at what that will be, that's all yours. I think I will not take a stab at it because I think we all can guess at what those things might be. But
We're
yeah.
gonna get a lot of cooking simulators, am I right, fellas?
Dude.
Stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Hypothetically speaking, by the way.
Right off the dome. Right off the dome.
This is the first thought.
Yeah. I think it is an inevitable, tragic thing that is going to happen. But that's
I'm rocking with it.
You're,
Hypothetically.
you're
Twitter's gonna
rocking
love
with
it.
the misogynistic comment.
I'm rocking with the idea
Like-
of them.
What?
Don't
I don't
don't
know
the
what's gonna be
idea
said.
of
my words.
misogynistic
I don't know
comments.
what's going to be
Don't
said.
misquote
but
me,
it's gonna be,
Josh.
It's gonna be,
Don't misunderstand me.
comment.
I love the idea of misogynistic.
The
comments.
misogynistic comment might be made by Parker.
Yeah, I might just get you a notch on your bingo card.
You are now officially going to be one of the people talking, reacting to that stream.
Yeah.
See if you slip up.
But no, he's got stuff to do. He's busy.
Busy boy. Too busy for misogyny? Doubt.
He's too busy. He's got his maps and more on stuff to run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
I'm
more
gonna be
important?
cooking in the studio.
It's gonna have tons of misogynistic comments in it.
He's got a
Dungeons
balance.
and Dragons has only gotten more inclusive, and I aim to change. No,
The good old days.
not on my watch.
That's great.
Oh no.
Parker.
Too funny.
Parker up next.
Yes. So actual
Alright.
video game.
Thumbs
This is
down,
a real
Parker.
prediction
Thumbs down.
I have. Okay. So some of y'all might remember not only the video games but the movies. Postal. Anybody,
What?
fellas?
You're
Postal?
making a
I'm
postal.
Googling.
You're making
So,
a postal
on the-
prediction.
I'm making a postal prediction in 2025. Okay, because here's what's gonna happen. In 2 days,
What's up,
they're
Sam?
releasing a documentary. Is Sam in the chat?
Sam's in the
No,
chat.
I know Sam knows
Love
about
Sam.
postal.
Hey. Hey,
No,
Sam.
in 2 days they're releasing on Amazon Prime and a couple other things a documentary that goes through the entire developmental saga of Postal 2 and its cultural impact basically. And for those of you who don't know, this was a game and a couple of its sequel and its movie series that was made basically as outrage bait, distilled down into its purest form
Famously banned in
and
Australia.
made around exactly for the the moral panic of the 80s and 90s. It was what everybody thinks of when they think of absolute thoughtless rude comedy, right? And the video games follow that pretty closely.
Can I
They
just...
have Postal Redux, which is a remaster of the first game, and that's like an isometric shooter. And then they have
Okay.
Postal 2, which was released, and it's like a first-person kind of open world sandbox shooter type game. So I think that on the heels of this documentary, they're gonna remaster Portal 2, and we're gonna get an announcement about it
Portal 2 or
this
Postal?
summer.
Time out.
I meant to say
time out.
Postal.
Time out.
Sorry.
Time out. Time out.
Postal 2.
Time out.
Portal 2, yes. No.
What a
There
sidetrack.
there appears to be something wrong with the podcast, possibly.
What makes you say that?
I just got a text from my father saying that something's wrong. It keeps repeating every 30 seconds or so.
Huh.
Repeating?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, we have to film the whole thing over again. Start over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sam just said this
Chat.
looks sick.
Chat, if there's anything, is there anything wrong?
said it.
Chat, sound off if there's
Chat.
weird stuff. It said that
Chat.
Bit laggy.
he said our
which is
viewers
Not
dropped.
surprising.
It's a bit laggy.
I'm pulling up the
Shut up,
stream on my phone
Dad.
too
Ouch.
to inspect this. Starbucks has a new popping boba. That's my next prediction.
Starbucks
Popping
is a new
boba.
trend.
Fine when I pulled it up.
It's a running fine for me.
Interesting.
Cool. Yeah, it looks fine to me. I don't know.
Not as fine as Postal 3. What? No.
Postal 2 remastered. They might not make a
Oh.
new one, but my prediction is they're gonna make Postal 2 remastered for Steam, and I don't know, maybe consoles. I don't know.
It's interesting because those kind of games don't
Mute.
really get attention anymore.
It's, from my
Like-
understanding, a cult classic. So maybe it could. It could.
It's kind of like Serious Sam in a way, where it's like this is like 5 people
Yeah,
play it, so they
right.
just make it for those 5 people.
So I think that like if especially if they just do like a classic remaster, like keep everything else intact but give it a fresh coat of paint with some new graphics, I wouldn't think they'd go so far as to do like an Oblivion thing where they kind of port it over to Unreal 5 or anything. But it could
Yeah.
be just a cheap way to capitalize on whatever hype there could be around the documentary and celebrating the anniversary of the games.
That does sound interesting. I'm
Yeah.
kind of curious now, especially the idea of old outrage bait and kind of wanting to see like how that's aged.
Yeah.
is curious to me.
Okay, it's
And
happening.
it's not like there's any intelligence behind it. It's just kind of pandering to the all edge, no blade part. You know what I mean? Where it's like it doesn't cut. It's just like edgy for the sake of being edgy.
Yeah.
It's hard to actually be offended nowadays.
That weird glitch is happening. I don't know why it's happening. It's not incredibly bad, but hopefully it
What is that?
irons
what is
out.
the glitch?
It's like, okay, so for example, a little bit ago, Parker said the documentary, and then it cut back and it said the documentary again. It's as
Weird.
if we're on a turntable.
That's pretty hype.
Love
Err,
it.
I
err,
really hope it did it right then. That would be
Yeah.
so exciting.
laying down a fat beat.
That's solid.
That
Oh,
could be because of my
I like
connection,
that production.
but no.
Likely.
Thank you,
Hmm.
Sam. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
When did this remaster come out?
You gotta think though, like rage
Oh.
games just don't get that kind of attention anymore. Like I think the internet's, I want to say, has matured past that.
No, I mean, at this point,
No.
at this point,
No.
at this point, Postal coming out again would be, I think, enjoyed, not so much rage bait. I think that it would just be enjoyed. I think it would be considered as same as like a Doom.
Yeah.
I mean, violence
you
in
get
video
one
games.
one article complaining about it from like I can't even think of a games outlet to
From back in my
sarcastically
day.
mention.
Okay, but you think Postal 3 is getting announced? That's what you're.
I think Postal 2 is getting a remaster. is
Postal
what I
2
said.
remaster. Got it.
Yeah. They're not going to put the
Well,
effort
really
to make a
funny,
new game, but
actually.
they might
Me-
be able to, you know.
Me and my dad were just talking about Postal the other day. Like, actually, literally, just the other day, we're talking about Postal.
Incredible.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
I
That
know
game
that-
seems right up your dad's alley.
you're fine, Sam. It's cool. Enjoy like the Rico remix of the podcast.
Offseason.
The Postal Redux is on sale on the Switch and for like $3, so I
Yo!
buy it and try it out. I'm like
Let me get my
actually
Switch.
curious now.
I gotta hang on.
Oh,
He has Postal. There.
No,
there you
I
go.
just got I got this for my birthday. Now I know what I gotta spend it on.
hey!
Yo, hey,
Good
give the code.
work.
Put the code on stream.
I'm gonna
Code,
chat.
show us the code.
Okay.
Okay.
Write
Round
that down.
4.
Write that down. Write that down.
Ryan,
Ryan
round
prediction
4.
Up next. Ryan Harvey.
Round
We're
4.
back.
Okay. So, I already had one long shot. In fact, they've all been long shots. So I'm just gonna stick with that. And I think
Okay.
we're gonna get a Gears of War collection.
Hmm.
Like the first
Ooh, okay.
Gears 1 and 2 remastered, and they're just gonna come out in like a little Phoenix.
That's a good
Go
prediction.
ahead.
Just because of everything that's going on with Gears, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100%.
I thought it was
I
pretty
would agree.
generic of a prediction.
That's
but
crazy.
Nothing has been said about it. And in January, they were
Hold on,
like,
saving that.
it hasn't happened yet. Hold on,
No
clipboard,
way.
clipboard. Pin.
No way you did
Pin the
that.
message.
Yeah, who's gonna do it first? Who's gonna get there first?
No way you
Anyway.
did that.
That's definitely that'd be crazy.
You wrote the
Okay.
entire podcast because you're like,
Hey,
me
we're
that.
all like,
Anyway,
What was your
Hold up,
what
I
was
just
your
did
what
my
was your what was your prediction?
we're gonna get a Gears of War collection, like remaster, and then it's gonna be like just a remaster of the first 2 games in its own collection.
I might need you to
Respect
change
it.
that. I might need you to come up with a different one.
What? Why is that?
Because I need to say that I came up with it.
Because it already has a release date
Does it?
for August
Oh.
26, 2025.
Because as of this post I'm reading that came out a little bit ago, it hasn't said anything.
It says Gears of War Reloaded
it
is
does.
coming to
Oh,
PS5.
Disputing
This came out.
perspectives.
Where did this come out?
Fighting, stop fighting.
Mom, Dad, stop
Oh,
fighting.
I can change it. I just didn't know this was a thing.
I'm just trying to save you from having a
Okay, well, I can
wasted
change it
prediction.
to one. I can say we have gameplay of it,
Okay, sure.
so I think we'll. But if we want to do a whole new prediction, going back to long shots, I think we're gonna get a Elder Scrolls 6 teaser.
Really?
Yep.
Now that's
think we'll get
juicy
a release?
stuff.
Like a release year.
I don't think we're gonna get a release date. I don't think Bethesda will give us any kind of information outside of, hey, look what we're making.
Hey, this game is still happening.
Yeah, and I think because I think Oblivion was asset farming. That's my big thing. I think the whole Oblivion thing was just like, hey, by the way, we need funding for the rest of what we're working on, so they dropped Oblivion.
That's
So
interesting.
I think I don't even think it'll be a Games Fest, I'm being honest, but while we're here, might as well throw it in the hat.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if
It'll
you
just
get
be one of
that,
those.
you get that, you know?
Yeah, it'll just be one of those, hey, here's what this is working on. And it may just be like what we got in like 2019, when they said they were working on it. But with a
I
little bit
think
more.
they might put that on the new
Gotcha.
console when the new Xbox comes out. I think they
Yeah.
might develop it with that in mind, and then like
Hmm.
they drop the next Xbox 2027, and it's an Xbox exclusive, and that's how they drive a bunch of sales. I don't know.
I think that's honestly, out of all the games I'm hoping for, that's going to be the only thing to derail my future.
No.
I see it. I see it.
Okay, I have so many. It's really hard to choose because we only get 5. And I
This is
have
round 4, right?
yeah, I have so many more.
Yeah, pick your favorites. Pick only your best ones.
Just none of my favorites, please.
There's a Gears Netflix show coming out.
That's
Huh.
I didn't know that.
Did Gears of War get a secret level thing, or was that a different game?
I have no idea.
Okay, fine.
I don't want
Be
to
watching
get
Secret
Xbox
Level.
anymore.
Fine, I'm
Yeah.
going to do it. I'm going to do a far-fetched one too. We have Steam slated for the show. We've had we have had rumors come out in the last month or so. I think there's a non-zero chance we get a Half-Life 3 teaser this
Yo,
this
What
year.
did I say
never
about
happening.
not stealing my
actually
predictions?
It's
did it.
never happening. It's not gonna happen.
on my prediction sheet, I actually wrote down a sequel to Half-Life Alyx. That's exclusive
Oh,
to VR.
that would be good.
They're
That
gonna
would be-
bypass it altogether and just keep doing that.
It's just on
That-
VR.
Yeah, only VR. It's VR
Yeah.
exclusive.
Just like Alex.
I think it could happen this year, guys.
It could happen. It's plausible. Just
Well,
like it
there's
was
been a-
plausible last year and the year before that and the year
There's
before
been a
that.
bunch of rumors that they're like actually in late development. That it's like they're polishing the game.
Yeah.
Which is very Valve to not like start to
Kind of a
publicize things until they're really deep in the process.
True, yeah.
I
I mean,
wouldn't be shocked.
what about? I mean, if you think about Valve, look what they just did with Deadlock, though, and they released it. What? In alpha stage still, and it's just like, hey, by the way, you can just play this now. That's also like what they did with Dota. It's like
It's pretty much Valve just doesn't care. They just like do whatever they want.
Valve just goes, hey, by the way, play this, and people
And they
do.
know everyone's gonna know about it.
Yeah.
Right.
They put it front page on Steam and everyone's gonna see it. So
That's the best part of
And you
owning
will
your
buy
own
it.
publishing thing. So you can just be like, hey, by the way, we're gonna push our own content at you.
yeah, no
You
marketing budget.
animals. you're gonna buy it.
Okay. I
Okay.
respect it. That was one of mine, so I definitely agree. I think mine is there's a franchise of games that's very near and dear to my heart. The BioShock franchise. And there's been rumors for a long time about BioShock 4. A really long time. People have been like, it's gonna be open world, which I would hate, by the way. BioShock should not be open world.
Yeah,
It should
not every game needs to be open world.
especially BioShock. People are thinking it might be in the Antarctic, but I think we get a teaser. I think we get, I mean, if we're really lucky, maybe a like 2027 release date. But I think we at least get
Do you want to
like,
throw that on?
the little announcement trailer. Yeah, why not? 2027. I would be thrilled because I
27.
love BioShock so much. As long as it's not open world.
BioShock has
whole-
been at the top of my like to play games list for ages.
Dude,
I played a little bit of BioShock 2 and was very scared of it just because I was like a child,
Big
but
Daddy.
I haven't got to sit down and play
Big
it yet.
Daddy. BioShock.
What are your thoughts on BioShock Infinite?
I love BioShock.
Octatonic?
I love BioShock Infinite.
I
I know there
Nice.
was controversy, especially about the DLC. But I really loved that story and the DLC.
I've
bring
only
us
played
the
the main
girl
game.
and wipe
And I
away the
understand
dirt.
that some BioShock purists tend not to enjoy it, so I was
Yo,
curious. to hear
time
your
out,
thoughts.
time out. Did Parker just say he played a game?
Oh my god.
Hold on. First game Parker's ever played?
It was a
BioShock
long time ago. I remember very
Oh,
little about it,
that
except
tracks.
that it's very like Inception, like whoa, plot twist
It's-
type of thing.
That's one of the reasons why open world would make no sense because it's these really tight narratives. Like you're almost like
Yeah.
playing a movie.
Yeah.
It's
In
extremely
open world, it's
self-contained.
like you have to be able to take a 20-hour break from the main story to go do some random thing.
Right.
Infinite, the purists, their reasons are always really dumb. Like they're always like, I think if you're following this plot structure, then this person would be introduced at this point, and it's like really semantic
Yeah.
things.
The hero's journey is not exactly.
It's like, dude,
Yeah.
go
Just
outside.
go read a book.
Yeah.
Or go outside. Do both. It'll be good for you.
Yeah, but that's my prediction. I love BioShock. I would love to see maybe even a teaser of the BioShock TV show, which has been like heavily rumored for a long time. Like they had showrunners confirmed for it.
Nice.
So. I'd love to see that.
Alright, I'm gonna
Okay.
stop playing the Killer Bean game now. And
Is
actually
it
do this
fun?
podcast.
Is it fun? Are you
He's still-
enjoying it?
It's pretty good.
Game of the year.
Game of the year, Killer Bean
mobile
Unleashed,
game.
released in 2011 for the iPhone.
Okay, Parker, give me something
Yep.
good.
All right. Don't expect too much. Let me update my list here because one of y'all said two more of my predictions were stolen. So let me try it.
I know I've had like
I was
3 or
really
4
scraping the
times now.
top of the barrel here. Okay.
The top
So
of the barrel?
yeah, like just the most surface level ideas. You know,
I've never heard
Ow.
that saying in that context.
I might have just made it up. I'll take credit for that. I can't let Josh take credit for everything. I gotta.
No, actually, I said that 4 episodes ago.
Actually,
Let's pull up the VOD. Stay after the stream for VOD review. Okay, so we've got a lot of, actual, respectable games out of the way today. We're talking about like real video games. In unrelated news to
That is
that,
kind of the goal, yeah.
Epic Games was able to overturn in some context. I don't know the exact specifics of it, but they were able to get Fortnite back on the App Store for iPhones.
Yes.
So now there's a new mobile game back on the market, right? Because Call of Duty is the only other actual shooter I can name that's like on iPhone. And
Okay.
it's not even really a Call of Duty game. It's on a lot of ways. That's a different conversation. It's a lot. It's a lot more accessible and more filled with more content than like the actual real Call of Duty games. So it's a different beast. But we might get an announcement about Rainbow Six Mobile. We
Okay.
got Rainbow Six Siege X
Yeah.
coming out.
Take it back.
And then Rainbow Six Mobile has been rumored for a while. There's not a ton of information that I could find about it, but now might be the time for them to get back and get more competitive in the mobile game space. Ubisoft might need to step up their mobile game. So that's my next prediction.
Can we kick Parker off now? Not give him any more.
I'm just looking at the market.
I like that
just
prediction.
following
I like that
trends.
prediction. I think that's a good prediction. Especially with Rainbow Six Siege X coming out, I think that it's not impossible. However, Ubisoft does not have a conference this year, so.
So we won't know until it just kind of gets announced.
Yeah, it could get announced.
Go into the indie day.
Yeah.
The devs. Hey guys, we're Ubisoft. Don't know if you've heard of us.
Yeah.
That's
That-
honestly such
that's
a gross
horrifying.
idea.
To think that like
It's not
I'll be
impossible,
going
though.
to the dentist and seeing some random kid like camping a doorway in R6. It's
Yeah,
like
dude.
on his iPhone, like
Leaning around corners.
and that's a horrifying thought. And I
I'm
hate that
using
you put it in my
cams.
head.
Like,
Can you imagine trying to see that?
oh, I can't imagine the amount of fidelity they need to make that legible. It'll be crazy. You're gonna burn a hole right through his mom's iPad.
That's hilarious.
Goodness.
Speaking of
gracious.
hilarious things, round 5 is sure to bring some funny laughs.
Why'd you
What?
say that like a Watch
What, that-
Mojo video?
That's a segue if I have ever heard one.
You
Very
didn't tell
natural.
us this was supposed to be funny.
Oh, goodness.
You
Okay.
didn't tell us this. All right,
Man,
Ryan
I want
Harvey.
to see if I can find a funny one now. I wrote a bunch
I
of
know
these
it.
down.
I already did the women's led games showcase one.
Oh, that's
I
funny to
would
you?
have saved that.
That concept
a
is funny
joke,
to
That's
you?
funny to you?
I think it's funny that some people think it's their moment to bring hate to the culture.
Yeah.
I think that
I got one. I don't know about it. It's not funny either. It's just the one I'm
Just
pretty
go
sure
for
we're
it.
gonna get. It's
Okay.
just hard
No,
because doesn't the Switch 2 come out on the 5th?
It does, the day
yes.
before. The day before the show
day
starts.
before. So
that's
it's
cool,
hard
yeah.
because I have a bunch of Nintendo ones I wrote down.
Well, they're there.
And I just
They're
don't
going to
know
be
if-
there. They're
Yeah,
Nintendo
they're
Switch.
gonna be there. But I don't know if they're gonna hold it for Nintendo Direct because I think we're gonna get Nintendo Direct soon too. Also,
You make your
Another one?
prediction. Make your prediction or don't.
we're gonna get Persona. We're gonna get a Persona 6 teaser.
I
Okay,
disagree,
okay.
but sure.
I think it's possible.
Another
I
game
think
I-
that's.
I mean,
the,
we're getting Persona X or whatever it's called, whatever Persona 5.
yeah remaster what all that. But I think we're gonna get a new, like entry into the series for the Persona thing.
I know a couple people that would be very happy about that if that did happen.
Yeah,
So,
agreed. I'm not a big Persona fan myself, but it's way too popular for them to just not mention. And I don't think it's
Right.
big enough. I don't like it's not one of those Nintendo titles specifically where it's like Metroid or Mario or something like that where it's going to be like, hey, we're going to have this on our own show. So I think this is a good place for them to show it.
The last Nintendo Direct, the last big one, it was like maybe not the last one either. I just remember seeing like a screenshot of John Cena on the screen because it was like it was like WWE Battlegrounds for the Nintendo Switch. So
Yeah.
I think that logic is fair, but they pull out some wacky ones sometimes. So we'll
John
have to see
Cena
that.
introduced Persona 6.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I've got
John
it.
Cena is Joker.
Don't write that down. Don't write that down.
No.
He's already said it. You do have to write it down, just by the rules, the extremely
Correct.
strict rules of this game that we've
This
set.
is super
The rules
super
we've
strict.
set for the game.
All right, other one.
Okay,
Other
Josh.
Other
yeah.
Josh.
Josh Prime.
I've got 1, 2, 3,
Josh
4,
Prime.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 that I'm trying to choose
Does,
from here.
if he's Josh Prime, does that mean the other Josh, Mega Josh?
Mega Josh.
I'll take it.
I only go by that because it's in like an order of knowing the both of you. Because I met Toxidious, and then he kind of just produced Octatonic.
Out of nowhere. Which is funny
Like-
because I'm the reason he works there.
Yeah,
This is
like
true.
it's a crazy layered Christopher Nolan
It's
like
a
loop of
it's
a
weird
of a
little loop.
relationship.
you're the only reason that I'm working, and I'm the only reason that you're working.
Yeah.
It really is.
The idea that Josh just produced another Josh.
Yeah,
A
you
very funny
split
one.
off by mitosis.
Okay,
and
Josh,
it's-
you can.
Oh,
Okay, Josh,
now
you
there
can
are two
have
of them.
this podcast, but you got to get a co-host. And I'm like.
He just Josh just split off, and all the interesting and handsome parts went into.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see what we're
I
doing
gotta
here.
use all my best ingredients.
Hey, Sam thought it was
Somehow
funny.
the one time that I played Hollow Knight went fully into him.
That became his entire personality.
You gotta be kidding me.
The one part of you that liked musical theater and Hollow Knight, and that became a whole person.
The
Josh.
two core personality traits.
What do we got?
Yeah, lay down. Lay down, bro.
Spit it out. Yeah, it's okay. Take your time.
Yep,
I'm just getting through this killer bean level.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing that?
Are you still
just-
playing that?
Yeah, I'm still
You're
playing it.
trolling. There's no way.
Game of the year, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Sure.
Okay.
Easy for you to say, bro.
Okay.
Someone's gonna say okay at the Games Fest.
Yeah, that's my.
Nah.
I'm trying to make sure that what I'm thinking is right.
Brother in Christ, we've all taken our stabs.
I think that Perfect
Finger.
Dark, the reboot of Perfect Dark, is going to get. We saw it for the first time last year, and I think it is going to get a spring 2026 release window.
Spring 2026.
Yeah.
Wow.
Famously taken up by another big release, but we'll.
Yeah, I mean,
Famous.
there's no other big titles releasing then. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Not that I can think of.
Can
And I
someone
play
inform?
games.
I'm uninformed. What else comes out in spring?
It's Grand Theft Auto 6.
I don't know if you've
It
ever
said
heard
it's
of
getting
it.
delayed, so.
No,
Take it up
I
to the
don't expect
authority
that to
if
come
they
out. It's not going to.
Yeah.
It has
It'll
to
get
have at
delayed
least
again.
4 delays before it comes out.
It's gonna get delayed again.
No,
We're gonna get
guys.
another Skyrim before we get GTA 6.
Battle of the delays. That's fair.
Well,
Perfect.
here's the
Dark.
thing with Elder Scrolls, it's just gonna come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no marketing. The Switch 2 version is gonna come with all the mods.
They'll
I mean,
drop it for the Switch.
I
exclusive.
haven't heard the name Perfect Dark in like 10 years.
So
this is
yeah, so the
Dark.
reboot, and a full-on gameplay trailer was released last summer, and we haven't heard from it since. So I'm expecting that we'll get a pretty extensive look at it. This
Very
year.
compelling.
This reminds me a lot of Crackdown. Like the first time I looked at Crackdown as a game, and being like, I don't know, like why was this made?
Crackdown slaps, and I will
It
not
did.
hear arguments to the contrary. Okay,
Well, it also just cooked Xboxes alive.
right. That's why I got it. I got it later. I didn't get into it
So.
until Games with Gold, and then I had my Xbox One.
I'm just worried about like, because there's a bunch of games that come out now. They're like, oh, this is really cool. I'm glad they made this, and then it just doesn't get played ever. Like like Sparking Zero in a way. You know, it's like, oh, this is really cool. No one touches it now.
Yeah,
I gotta get that game. My friends really want to play that.
I've never seen a Dragon Ball episode in my life, so I really can't.
You don't have to know the show. You just have to know that the louder you scream, the more damage you do. That's basically how you play Dragon Ball
true.
games.
Okay, Josh Squared. What do you got?
All right. So, recently the Take-Two CEO, Randy Pitchford, had some
That is-
hot water. No, he's Gearbox. No,
yeah,
he's
the Gearbox CEO.
I forget. I see him as a
Take-Two.
chain in these companies, and I can never remember which one he's actually in.
Right.
Annoyed a
remember hearing
lot of
about this.
people with his Borderlands 4 comments,
did.
saying if you're a real fan, yada yada yada, you'll spend a large sum of money to buy his game. Anyway, that did not go over well at all. So I think he wants to earn some brownie points back. And studios always keep some emergency cult classic games in their back pocket if they ever need to drop it to get points back. And they happen to own an IP that has not been touched for a while, but I think would do splendidly. And that is the imminent release of Duke Nukem Forever 2.
Absolutely not. I'm
That's
listening. I'll hear you out. I'll hear you out.
great. And I thought like the Elder Scrolls and was a-
It's going to
long
happen.
stretch.
It's going to happen. He's like panicking, like, oh no, they all hate me. What do people love? Duke Nukem.
Dude,
I think we get a teaser trailer. I think we get maybe like a spring 2026 release date.
Dude, what? Okay.
The amount of stuff
Hey.
that has to go in to make this a reality. First of all, they have to already be working on it. Two, they would have had to stop working on it and just because.
I'm putting down my beans. Duke Nukem.
3, people are gonna have to remember what Duke Nukem was.
Everyone
and they're
knows
gonna go
besides
back
Duke
into their little heads. They're gonna
Nukem
go
is-
back into their little heads, and they're gonna be like, "What? Ah, man, Duke Nukem, yeah."
They're gonna look at
And
it
they're gonna
just be like,
remember
"Isn't this-"
Duke Nukem forever. And gonna remember how terrible of a game it was.
They're
I
gonna
think
look at
the
it and be
biggest
like,
thing that
wasn't this
they'll-
just Doom?
It
What
was
they need
Doom,
to
but
do
better.
is they need to recharacterize the character of Duke Nukem, because I feel like the audio memes of people reading stuff in his voice
Yeah.
did more
Are
for the
awesome.
character, for the brand, than anything. So they
Yeah,
need to
that's where I
lean in.
know
They
him
kind of
from.
need to make it more like a Johnny Bravo-esque character, where he's got more comedic relief than before.
So Duke Nukem gets announced at the Women of Gaming.
Yeah.
Women-led
Led
games.
games.
The Latin America showcase.
Has a little
It's
something for
imminent.
everyone.
That
That's
is
hilarious.
disgusting. And if it happens,
think
if it happens,
Maybe my best take.
I'm
If it
praying
happens-
that it happens.
if it happens,
now.
I'll give you 5 points.
Nice.
That's the high
Enough-
stakes prediction.
Yeah.
Dang, son.
I saved my best for last.
That's a
That's
stretch.
absurd.
You're all. I just don't think you guys are quite on my level. That's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, we're not subscribed to whatever tier you're at.
This is a level of just like
I'm
IQ
on
that
rumors
I
premium,
Can't even aspire to that.
Premium.
gossip plus.
Okay, Parker.
Right.
Your final
us out.
prediction.
Okay. I'm putting on my Octatonic hat here,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
and I'm getting on my knees, and I am declaring to the heavens.
What do you mean by
Wait.
that?
Shut up, shut up, Brian. I am prostrating myself as if in prayer, you pervert, for the ultimate release, the ultimate Far Cry, like 11th hour gaming release. Miyazaki, release Bloodborne remastered, and my life is yours.
I wrote that down, but I thought it was too crazy.
I
So I,
I will bank on the
And
fact
Duke
that it's
Nukem
too
wasn't?
crazy.
Yeah. Now the Bloodborne PC port is more far fetched.
They need the Duskbloods to do well. I get it. It's got to be a standout IP. They don't want to release a stinker for this brand new huge console, right? They have to have it do well, right? And in a perfect world, they look at that and they see the amount of people going, "This is great and all, but it's not Bloodborne." And they answer the call. And they finally do what needs to be done. And they
You know
take it
how
out of the
mad
hands of these
Nintendo would
poor,
be?
bereft souls who have been working on these overclock mods for so long, and give them the support that they need. They gotta send in help behind the trenches, okay? This is what the people want. And I rest my case there.
Not happening.
That's not happening.
But I do like the idea of Nintendo being like, "Yo, we've got our own Bloodborne." And Crumb's like, "You know what's even better than that? Bloodborne." Just like
Bloodborne
sabotages their own work.
that would be legendary. Because like
That would be
Bloodborne Kart was
legendary.
fun. I'm sure the Duskbloods will be fun. But will it be Bloodborne? That's the question.
I would spend any amount of money to get the Bloodborne PC port.
Truly.
Any
I'm not
amount.
gonna buy a PlayStation. and
No.
I've only ever played it for like half an hour, and it was the best sustained 30 minutes of my life.
My brother bought a PlayStation so he could play that game. That was how desperate he was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go over.
Banger prediction.
Let's go over the
Thank
predictions
you
we have
so
real
much.
quick.
All right, let's get them all down the list. Yeah.
Ryan thinks that there's going to be a Wolf Among Us trailer. He also thinks that the Resident Evil 9 trailer will be shown, and it has a specific release date of the 4th of July, 2026.
Stab in the dark.
New Pokemon Go expansion. There is an Elder Scrolls 6 teaser and a Persona 6 teaser. That is
I don't care about that one.
So I'm just
Everyone
getting
has to
bullied
do
here.
thumbs up and down on the predictions as we go. I've decided.
I believe that Dispatch will release in September of this year. I believe that Fable will release June of 2026. Killer Bean will get a release date. Half-Life 3 will get a teaser.
It's never happening. It's never happening.
And the Perfect
might.
Dark
It
reboot
might.
gets a spring 2026 release date.
I'm here for it.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Octatonic believes that Hollow Knight Silksong
Hey.
will be a day one shadow drop,
Everyone
which
thumbs up
I
this.
am
Good luck.
down for. I think that's not far off. I think that's
I
possible.
gotta play the
overhyped.
first one.
It has to come
I'm
out. It has to
rocking
come
with
out before September. That's all we know. And I think that would be a good way to
Because
ease
a
the
museum
fans.
is opening with a playable copy of Silksong. Literally a museum.
This is before September 19th, right? That's the specific day. September 19th is whenever that
Yes, I
museum
believe
opens.
so.
Enter the Gungeon
Sounds about
2
right.
releases in 2026.
Revisit the Gungeon.
There will be a misogynistic women-led games comment.
Yeah.
I think yes, that will probably happen.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's save his
BioShock
bet today.
will get a teaser, and there will be a 2027 release date. Duke Nukem Forever 2 gets a teaser and is coming out
Everyone
in
thumbs up.
spring of 2026.
That's a lot of thumbs up I'm seeing.
That's crazy work.
Parker says Jeff Keighley will make a skibbity toilet joke. There will be
And
a
they'll show a concept. Don't forget that part.
and there will be
A
a
doodle.
new flaccid horror game.
I'm so glad you wrote it down like that.
You gotta be ready. Baldi's Basics was the other one that I couldn't remember, but it's gotta be like just like that in
It'll be a-
that spirit.
Postal 2 remaster.
That's
Rainbow
crazy.
Six Siege Mobile. And
Wah,
Bloodborne
wah.
Remastered will get an announcement.
I mean, I want it to, but
Yeah,
it's
I
not
want it.
happening.
Give me a chance to play it.
And really quickly, since I really like all my predictions that I did not use for the game, I would like to lay them out.
Okay.
I would like to lay
Alright.
them. I would like to lay them out on the table with no stake in them. I hope that the Shadow of the Colossus devs new game Project Robot will get a new trailer.
Ooh, Project Robot.
Please, I beg you.
I do want that very badly.
My favorite game of all time, The Shadow of the Colossus.
I believe that Dying Light the Beast will get a release date at this show.
Whoa. Get a load of this guy.
Turok Origins will get a holiday 2025 release date.
Harrock?
Barack?
Mafia the Old Country will get a full extended gameplay trailer, which is pretty easy. I didn't want to say that one because I figured that was too much of a gimme.
Yeah. That one's definitely going to happen.
The Witcher 4 will get a release window.
Oh, that'd be fire.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Call of
It's
Duty Black Ops
possible.
7 will come out in November
Yep.
instead of October.
I have that written down too.
Interesting. Why that? Why is that?
I think they're behind.
that
I
one?
don't think they're as far along in development as they are usually this time of year. Just because we would have heard more about it. We don't know enough about the concepts yet. And
Fair enough.
by this time last year, we already knew that Omni Movement was coming. We already knew that all this stuff was coming. We were just waiting to see it at the showcase, and they aren't even using it in any of their marketing for their showcase. So I think that we'll get a cinematic trailer that will say that it's coming out in November, and I think that at Gamescom opening night live in August or September, whatever that is, we will get a full extended look at Black Ops 7.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's about this time
Okay.
where we would really get hype about a new COD game. So
Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater will get a release date. We've seen a lot of it. We've seen a lot of gameplay for it, and I think that it's about time for that to come out, which is also very possible. Well, Kojima doesn't work with Metal Gear Solid anymore. Love you, Sam. It's good to see you. Good to
Bye,
see you in
Sam.
chat.
Bye, Sam. Bye, Sam.
I also had something BioShock on my list. I think that BioShock is going to get a full reboot. I don't think we're going to get a BioShock 4.
A reboot?
I could see
Yes.
it.
Not a, because they both already have remasters. You think?
I
there's
think we
gonna be
get a reboot or a remake of BioShock. Yes.
BioShock. It's not outdated enough. Like you
Has
can
that
play
stopped
the
anyone? Has that ever
original-
stopped a game company before? Ever?
Yeah,
That's
but there's a great remaster that plays better than most shooters today. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be I'd be excited for it, but I don't think so.
This was
Yeah.
another cop out because CD Projekt Red is going to be there, and literally today it was revealed by CD Projekt Red that Cyberpunk 2 has entered pre-development.
Oh,
And I was figuring that we would get
Interesting.
some sort of formal announcement at the showcase for Cyberpunk 2, maybe similar to like the Elder Scrolls 6 announcement, where it was literally just PNG or whatever, like video, and then the logo pops, and then it's like we're working on this.
It's
And
got to have a good logo.
please, I'm on my Silksong soapbox right now. Munfish
about?
The
Games.
silk box.
What do you
Munfish
mean by that?
Games is at Games Fest. I am begging for an Atomic Heart 2 announcement, or maybe just whatever they're working on. Honestly, I just want something from Munfish. Atomic Heart 1 was very, very good. I played it. It was incredible. And I really, really want.
The funny robots.
Yes.
I remember now.
That is all of my predictions that I have.
I think the only ones I didn't get to were I think Fallout New Vegas remake is gonna get a shadow drop. Maybe not
That's possible.
here, but I think it's gonna happen soon. I do think New World or something will get a big expansion to try to drag people back one last time. I think Metroid Prime is gonna get a full like gameplay reveal. I know it's like already there's some out there, but I think it's either gonna be at the next Nintendo Direct or at Games Fest.
Okay.
I think Black Myth Wukong is gonna get a DLC, or they're
Ooh,
gonna announce
interesting.
another game.
Oh,
Just because I think Chinese game devs finally now have a entry into the market
Mhm.
since Wukong did such a good job. I pray we get Just Cause 6
That's crazy.
or what's it, Just Cause 5? Which is the
Yeah, Just Cause
newest one?
5.
Yeah, Just Cause 5.
Yeah.
yeah.
Compete with Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Next, they'll say we need Watch
comes out-
Dogs
yeah.
3.
I also think there's be a new Nair game as well.
Nair?
That would be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but,
like
yeah.
Automata and
Yeah, Automata.
Automata.
gotcha.
Also, I think we're gonna see something from the Legend of Zelda movie at some point.
Okay,
Oh,
Yes.
that could be one of
Chris
that.
Pratt
That's
is Link.
that's an option.
Jack Black and Chris Pratt.
That's an option for that to be shown at Games Fest. That could be the movie. That could be that could get rid of Parker's suggestion that the
Yeah,
Skibidi Toilet
which one? The
movie show.
brain rot or the please, for the love of God, tell me it's not real one? You decide which one it is.
Eh. No, I'm not gonna list all of mine. I have so many. There
Yeah,
were
I don't
so
have
many
any.
other ones.
So that pretty much fills it in.
Yeah. That is funny. Oh wait, there's only one that I care to bring up. Have any of you played Factorio?
I have.
I've seen
hoping
Dan
this-
Harmon play it.
You know the concept of
Oh my
Faggion,
Yes.
god,
so,
what is this?
you're building, fun puzzle, build a massive machine. I'm really hoping they announce a sequel at the Green Games showcase.
That's
I
why the
think that'd
Green
be-
Game Showcase.
A very specific one.
Because
but-
nothing screams support the environment like making a colossal environmental disaster that's burning up fuel and trees. That's all. That's the only other one I care to mention.
Okay.
That's pretty wild. I like it.
Okay. Anybody in chat have any ones that they wanna spew out? Any big predictions that you're
Spew it.
expecting before we close this episode out?
Before we lay it down.
Nothing crazy.
That's a good one.
Uh,
It's you're a smart chatter there. Just
Ban
wanna-
him. Ban him.
No. Wait.
Mods.
Don't do it.
Wait.
I think that's a good
I
one
think-
to end
I
on.
think
The
that's-
Yeah.
Silksong shadow drop.
I think that's all we have. That's
hang
not a
on the play.
prediction.
The banger remote. Yeah.
All right, we wrapping up.
That was a good round of predictions.
Yeah,
think
I
it's
hope
key for, like, the
most
last
of them
hour,
come
so.
true.
That's also that's good, but that's not a prediction either.
I'm hoping all but like 3 of them come true. But I'll leave
Moderators
it up
can't
to you
time
guys
out
to
other
decide.
moderators.
That is tragic.
Okay.
Somebody block this guy.
Come
Well,
on, ban him. Ban him.
we will see the come to fruition of all of this next weekend, June 9th. There will not be an episode of the Offseason next Wednesday because we will be preparing for what will most assuredly be 3 straight days of 12 hours of streaming. So, I think
Fun days.
I think that we will leave you guys here. Final words from our people. Go ahead, Octatonic.
Final words. Hey everybody, I love you. You love me. Let's all go eat, hydrate, and get a good night of sleep.
That was dumb. Ryan, go.
I feel very, very warm in my heart after.
Wow,
hearing
is your
those
name
words.
Ryan Parker? That's crazy.
Sorry.
That's wild.
Ah,
Nah, just yeah. Thanks for letting me come on. I appreciate it. I love what you've done with both this and the games cast. So I'm glad I can be a part of it.
Oh, thanks, man.
I produced
Not you, the
Joshua.
other Joshua.
Yeah, I produced Joshua. So
I'm just gonna pretend the other Josh is me.
that's why I'm a production lead now because I was so good at producing Joshua from my
Yeah.
body.
Gotta produce more people.
produce more of them.
Parker, final words.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on this one. I want to be on one of the ones that takes place in August, if I remember correctly. You have me slated for that.
In August?
What happens in August?
What's
Did
in
I
August?
misread something? There's another cast I said I would be a part of for later this summer.
Oh, that's
We'll make something for you.
Oh,
Even if
Gamescom
it's
opening night live.
Yeah, okay. So I'll be there for that. And then
Okay.
in the meantime, thank you for watching, and please continue to support OU Esports in its social media endeavors. We are, Ryan and I were like 2 proud mama birds seeing what y'all have done with the show. So keep up the good work. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for coming on.
always.
This is me and Josh's little baby. So we love it very much, and we put a lot of effort into it. So
We can tell. All right, I'm going to play more Killer Bean.
okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Come please watch us at 10 a.m. sharp on June 6th. I will be there. I don't know if any Octatonic might be there. We got to figure some stuff out with him, but we're cooking. So
We're cooking.
I will see you
Okay.
guys next week. You guys have a great day, and bye bye.